Hello everyone, today we're going to learn chapter 5 about matter. So we're going to learn about matter in nature. So the definition of matter is that a matter can be defined as a substance that has mass and occupies space, and for non-living things such as water, soil, rocks, and air. So this is an example of matter that have actually around us. Some rain, people, soda, and many more. So what is non-matter? Things that are non-matter is either have no mass or else does not fill a volume. For example, a vacuum, energy, time, feelings, a rainbow, reflection, something like that. Those things are non-matter. So next we're gonna be learning about properties of matter. The first property of matter is physical properties. What physical property means is that properties that have measured and observed have no chemical change to the substance. So the examples are color, mass, density, melting point, boiling point, solubility, and heat conductivity. So here's an example of physical properties. So the second properties of matter is chemical properties. What the meaning of chemical properties is that properties that describe a substance ability to participate in chemical reactions. So for example is corrosion and flammability. So here's an image of examples for flammability and here's an image for corrosion. So for chemical properties of matter is first one is corrosion. It means that the rusting of iron, whereby the iron combined with the oxygen to become a different substance, which is being called iron oxide. So we can see how the iron is being rusty. So the second is flammability, which is the combustions when the matter burns, it's combined with the oxygen and it changes to different substance. So we can see how the combustions happen and then this oxygen kicks in and it changes to different substance. So for chemical properties of matters, as you can see how the full apples being eaten, and when the oxygen kicks in, it can be brown because the flesh turn brown to the oxidations. So moving on to the density. So density is the mass per unit volume of that material. The density also determines the ability of material to float or sink in water. And also a material has lower density will float while material that has higher density will sink. So you can see how the oil being poured and the oil does not float or sink in the water itself. So this also the example of substance that have density. So what is meant by melting point is that the temperature at which a solid change into a liquid at atmospheric pressure. Meanwhile, for boiling point, it means the temperature at which a liquid changes into a gas at atmospheric pressure. So you can see how at melting point it becomes 0 degrees. Meanwhile, for boiling point it becomes 100 Celsius. So example of melting point is that you can see how the iron melts at 1536 Celsius while the ice being melt at 0 Celsius, and then for the water it boils at 100 Celsius. So lastly, for the solubility is that solubility is the ability of substance to dissolve in a given amount of solvent to form a solution. The solubility of substance is also depends on the physical and the chemical of the properties of its solutes and solvent. So solute is a substance that actually dissolves in a solvent. Meanwhile, the solvent is a solvent that substance is able to dissolve in solute. So this is an example image of solute and solvent, and it's become the solution. As you can see, when the salts been added to the water, it changed color to the salt solutions. So thank you for listening. Hope you will learn from my teachings. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.